So I am going to start off with this, what I call the non-techy view, or we can also think of it as the user view. So you as a nonprofit, you as maybe you're the ED, maybe you're program staff using this tool, why does the cloud matter to you? And the reason why the cloud matters to you is because it helps you, it makes it easy for you to access your files and documents anywhere you are. It makes it easy for you to share your documents with other coworkers and people even outside your organization. And it makes collaboration just a lot easier. Of course, it will never replace the need to build a culture of sharing and collaboration and flexibility in your organization, but it will give you the tools to actually make that possible. So to understand what I mean, I want to, again, take a step back and think about, without the cloud, how do we do these things? How do we access our documents from multiple locations? How do we share them with other people? So if you're just working on your own computer for your own stuff, that's easy. You just run your Microsoft Word. Maybe you have Photoshop. You're doing some photo editing. Maybe you're editing a video. Whatever it is, you have very feature-rich, complex programs. You just run them on your own computer, and there's no problem. However, where we run into some hitches is when we have to either work with others or work from a different location. For example, you're trying to access the stuff from home. And of course, because these are such important things, there have been a lot of solutions that have been discovered and developed for dealing with those two specific problems. The first one that I'm sure every single nonprofit here is quite familiar with is email. Email can be used in many different ways, whether it's to email documents to your personal account so you can access them at home, whether it's to email a file to a coworker so they can review it, whether it's to email back and forth to have a discussion on a certain topic. Email is basically looked after dealing with a lot of these problems for nonprofits that don't have access to any more infrastructure. One of the other ways we solve this problem is by having a file server. So it's a central place to store our documents where we can share them with other people. Maybe you call it a Z drive, maybe you call it your H drive, whatever your name for it is. This deals with the problem of working with others because we can keep files in one central place. Now, of course, one of the challenges with this is that you often can't access the outside of your organization unless you've had someone set up VPN, which is, if you're not familiar with that, it's basically a technical term for allowing you from a remote location to be able to access those same files on your server securely. So again, possible, but we definitely need some technical help to make this happen for us. And if we get even more advanced, we have applications that are running on servers such as email or such as collaboration tools like this, like SharePoint. So this again allows us to go to the next level of collaborating with others, sharing our files in a more controlled way, etc. So there are good solutions for these problems, but they're complicated. And if you don't have an IT person at your organization, they're just not even possible. You probably don't even have the infrastructure to make these happen. So let's look at the alternative, which is using cloud services. I won't say that it's quite like sitting on a beach with a laptop, but what I wanted to illustrate with this is that the first and one of the most important benefits of being in the cloud is that you can work from anywhere with any computer that has access to the internet. And because everything's through your browser, you're having the exact same experience as if you were on your computer at work. So you're using the same programs, you have access to the same files. You just have this same experience, and it's easy. It just comes for free with the cloud. It's not like an extra thing you have to set up. You don't need extra help to set it up. So if I'm at home, if I'm feeling sick, if I have a snow day, which maybe doesn't happen to some of you, but it does happen to us in Canada, if you are just working remotely from your coworkers or you need to travel to go to a conference, the fact that you can just easily access everything, just like you're working at your computer, makes things so much easier. One note that I will highlight is that you do have to have access to internet. So on the flip side, if you do work a lot in places where high-speed internet access isn't a reality, whether that's in some developing countries, whether that's in rural areas, then this is a major barrier to use and adoption of the cloud. And even I find there'll be little times sometimes you go to a conference if they don't have internet access, and then all of a sudden you can't access your files. So it's something to be aware of. It's one of the downsides of the cloud. You can access stuff wherever you are as long as you have the internet. And then here's that bigger picture. It's not just that you can access your stuff anywhere, it's that you're still linked in with your coworkers. You can share and collaborate with them no matter where you are, and again, it's the same experience.